And this is Liberland. It's not the whole thing. There is one house. I stuck the flag right here. All the pictures that are there, you can see the flag. It was there for almost like 2 weeks before somebody stole it. I hope it's somewhere stored safely for the historical purposes. It's really a long sandy beach here, just like Caribbean style. Sandy beach is one of the most beautiful places on Danube River. And the water is also kind of nice. You can see that it's actually clean. You can see here is maybe 1.5 meters and you can see the water. So it's a nice place for summer festivals and having fun. But it's also a good place to promote liberty because it's desperately, I guess, needed in Balkans anyway. And it's also a good way for people to realize what are nation states, what are nations, that freedom works. We can promote all of these things at once. It is multiple layers that come with Liberland. And of course the top layer is the fact that we are also building a nation and building a country, not only let people think about it, which is also a kind of thing that I enjoy about Liberland. Until this date, there is nobody who would claim this territory. There is no formal claim by Croatia. There is a very direct letter from Serbia which said they don't mind creation of Liberland on this territory. The state that was formed on 13th of April, new state, was not formed on territory of Serbia according to the elimination of borders from 1945. Yet the whole world treated this territory as Serbia, but Serbia didn't want it, never wanted it. And this is how Croatia sees the territory, right? This is Liberland. So they make very sure they have the border elimination here, that they are actually having this border zone between Liberland and Croatia, which is also kind of nice. And they still are trying to block the territory. If you try to go there now, they will probably arrest you, which is very much appreciated. But imagine that we had to actually protect this territory against all occupation during this time. So they are providing us with some 30 policemen, day and night, winter and summer, with a security for what we need. So we have to give them credit for that. And also, there is now 36 cases that we are running in Croatian courts. Half of them are for crossing borders from Croatia and half of them for crossing borders from Serbia. And so far we have lost the case, which we actually wanted to lose the case, for going there from Croatia. We accept that it's legal to go through borders without proper checkout. It's kind of strange, right? It's like the old Berlin Wall or the Iron Curtain, where you are not allowed to escape Croatia to a different country and you are pulled back from the other country and arrested for a day. But this is the situation now. And we accept that, we don't mind. Actually, our first intention was not to allow anybody go to Liberland from land, to make it more secure, more easy for us to control the situation. But the same thing actually applies also when you go from here to here. And they say you're crossing borders, they don't specify what borders you're crossing. So you're basically, according to their own jurisdiction, you're crossing Serbia borders. But, oh, it's craziness. But they didn't get back to us. We appealed to higher court and there is no response. It's already 9 months. And I think their courts have hard times actually dealing with that issue. Because whenever they make some decision, their courts, they will acknowledge our claim, or they will lose their own territorial dispute with Serbia. So again, it's basically the will of our nation to acquire this territory against the will of Croatia to make this territory Serbia. And it's very hard to make it Serbia if Serbia doesn't want it. Right? So, again, we are the only country that runs land registry. We were able to get this land registry from Serbia, but not official ways. They deleted all the information from their cadastre maps. We have a very detailed information about the land. These are border stones actually, and that is the one house that we have there.
So I guess you're redecorated, right?
Well, pardon?
I guess you were redecorated that house.
Yeah, we would like to. This is something that we have in plans, and I will show it to you as well. So, this is our strategy, legal strategy. To be honest, I would rather not go through courts, and I would not like to. I don't like courts, first of all. I would be much more happy if we could make some deal in Croatia. And I can tell you that the new Croatian government, I think, is much better than the previous one for many reasons. They are much more liberty-minded, liberty-oriented, and I was able to meet some of the officials some 4 days ago, 5 days ago in Croatia, and it was a totally different approach. Like before, they ran away from me. Like seriously, they used their border, their police to prevent me from accessing them because they were afraid that it could be some kind of recognition. They used their bodyguards to not let me anywhere closer to foreign minister. But this time I was able to speak with important people and exchange cards, and so it was much better situation. And I think there is a possibility for open dialogue with them. And I would like to use it all the way before we make any kind of appeal to higher court or constitutional court or European Court of Human Justice for human rights. This is the situation now. You know, we can see that there is a reason why we are so popular in Turkey. This number actually has grown already by some 2,000. There is Morocco. Unfortunately, we don't make any activity in Egypt, in Algeria, in Morocco, in Tunisia, in Syria. We were very happy to actually host the Syrian attaché at our. We were nominating new ministers, and attaché of Syria embassy came to our diplomatic event for the celebration, which was quite nice. But we don't have anybody who would be building up our presence there, unfortunately. But in the United States, we have 13 consulates. In Czech Republic, we have two future ambassadors. In Iraq, we don't have presence, but in Jordan, we have a good office. In Pakistan, our representative is actually son of one of the ministers. In Palestine, I hope to meet the government next week, if I find a time for it. In Russia, we have somebody. In Poland, our office did a great job promoting Liberland. In Serbia, there is fully functional office and diplomats from the United States working with the government of Serbia. In India, yes, we have two responsible people. One of them runs one very first libertarian think tank, and the other one is just businessman that wants to help us. In France, we have some 10 people who were organized. They did a great job with the media. I think there is not a single French media that wouldn't write something about us. I think I was the guy that was able to popularize Frédéric Bastiat in France in a long time. And put him into all French interviews. I hope somebody will finally get to read him in France. In Brazil, there is fully functional office. In Great Britain, a lot of people that are helpful. Nice business community as well. A lot of students, from faculties and universities. Sudan, nobody again. Saudi Arabia, we've got a representative there. He is more located in the UK. China, we have 2 people, but not too much activity. In Mexico, I visited there. We've got a nice attorney there. He helped me a lot. Italy, we have 3 very good people, responsible ones. One of them is actually Nobel title. The other one is a Swiss-Italian banker. Argentina, Yes, we've got a lawyer there. Hungary, very nice network of people. Spain, Juan Pina, the chairman of Libertarian Party, is our representative. Ukraine, great representative office as well. I'm going there for an event organized specially by our office, which is going to bring together all liberty-minded organizations. Lebanon, one person. Canada, not too much. Libya, I was just contacted by people very close to government to come and visit them and to make ties with the government. Colombia, also very good connections. Germany, I wish we had a good representative there, a fully engaged one. I hope I will actually meet some people. We have a nice office, the biggest co-working space, or most beautiful, I would say, which I saw the co-working spaces. It's our office, we can use it as our embassy. So it's pretty cool. You can take a look at Russia today. They did a whole report about the opening of representative office in Berlin. Venezuela, amazing team, extremely well-connected people. Israel, former Belgian attaché, actually is our representative. Romania, some people. Slovakia, Richard Sulik, a great person to move us forward. Croatia, we've got 3 people that are representing us there. The lawyer, Sven Samuniak, who is the gold dealer and the one that did a lot of work with the media. So, and so on and so on. But we've got actually people, you can see that the 50th place is Netherlands, with more than 1,000 people, and we've got actually everybody in every single country, somebody. And I found out that we don't have anybody in Panama, but we have a representative there already, which is kind of nice. Even though we don't have anybody who would apply for citizenship, we have a responsible guy that I met on Anarcho-Capitalism conference, and he said, yes, I will start your office. So I think it's the fastest growing network, and I don't even think it's just the libertarian. I think it's the fastest growing network of organized people worldwide, which is quite good. What we have done, we have set up a merit account for anybody. So if you contribute to Liberland cause anyhow, with your contacts, with your money, with your energy, you will receive merits. It's 1-to-1 against American dollar. We wanted to have a same benchmark for everybody. But our plan is to make this fully functional international currency. But at this stage, the way how the new currency is emitted is if Liberland receives any kind of energy. And we would like to back this currency by possibility to buy Liberlandian land and buy Liberlandian citizenship with it. And I think it's a good way. We're kind of integrating government and central bank. But to be honest, like this whole notion that central banks are independent from state is of course nonsense. I think it's much better to be open about it and do it transparently. And you can do it now with cryptocurrencies. You can have a completely transparently run currency. And not pretend that your bank is independent, but of course it's not true. Like claiming that European Central Bank is independent. Like what is Europe? They were saving the whole Europe. They bought the Eurobonds of all bankrupting countries. And somebody is trying to pretend that they are an independent entity. So we would like to make a merit now tied to dollar, maybe later, or to Swiss franc. Maybe we'll try to make it appreciate with the time as well. So the people that exchange the money for our money in the early stage will have more value than the people that did it later on. This is something that I'm still considering. And we would like to make like auctions for the land. So because as fast as the land of Liberland will have private owners, I think it will be something that will help us get more people involved, more people feeling like they belong to this new piece of land. And there is still nobody on private and sovereign level who claims this territory. Okay, Croatia now issued a statement some 2 months ago that it doesn't belong to either country, but it's not subject to occupation by third party, which is nice because they elevated us to level of third party, right? And when we are a third party, that means we are a party to Croatia, Serbia, and Liberland. Right? They don't like to name us directly, but it's great, right? It's a really improvement from a situation where we were just internet joke. You know, that was the main policy. We are an internet joke. Now we're a third party. And also we made it absolutely transparent, like all the money that are coming to the project, you can see them right away on the website. You can see that we fundraised some $14,000 since the beginning of the year, the money that people sent in. And I would also like to have completely transparent any kind of payments that we make in merits to our ambassadors, to people that help us. So this is another step I would like to do it by the end of this month. But we don't have the good software that could allow people to claim the merits themselves. So we will have that as well. And we already started the design with passports. I hope to print them and have them ready by the first celebration of 1 year of existence of Liberland. So we will distribute first couple of passports, but only to the people that are very close to the project and they very well understand what does it mean to hold a Liberlandian passport, right? We've got stamps now, and there is a new edition of stamps. We've got beer. It's being distributed worldwide on Liberland.trade, and the idea is of like an eBay of Liberland.
Can we purchase?
Yeah, you can get it. I don't know how much is the transport here, but they will send it to you if you order it on the website. It might be, I don't know, maybe $20 for the package if you order 10 of them. Yes.
The problem is alcohol cannot be transported to Turkey.
Okay.
I'm sorry for that.
So, but you can order an empty bottle as souvenir as I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and with them, these two individuals and 8 other architects, who most of them are very known, they helped us to organize a competition for architects. So we received some 75 applications. What we also have is some 1,200 architects who apply for citizenship, total for the citizenship, and some 1,200 lawyers. And I think it's a success when 75 out of them actually took part in that competition. We are now considering some 25 architectural concepts. I didn't have even time to actually go through them. Some of them are quite amazing. I will show you one practical, but then you can look it up on the website if you're more interested. We will put all of them on some website. This was just like one very detailed plan of how Liberland could be developed. So with harbor, with some residential buildings in the middle, and with some commercial buildings on the side, and this is the airfield instead of the sandy beach. I'm not too big fan of that solution, but it's doable. But there is a fairly decent amount of work behind just this simple urban design, and we've got now 25 of similar works. This is the reality today, right? This is the house that we have there. Those are the settlers that were able to get there despite the Croatia blockade. And the way how they have done it was that they claimed not to be Liberlandians but fishermen. So they all had fishing permits and fishing rods, and they were just like going fishing. But when we put this picture on our Facebook page, Croatia police arrested them straight away on board. So 2 of them are actually members of this is our Chinese ambassador, and 2 of them are actually members of American military, which was kind of nice that we had the American military helping us with settling Air Force actually. And this is, they were making fun of us that, this is their parliament, look how shitty it looks, and they're unable to even keep their house clean, and it's really in bad shape. It's abandoned for 30 years. So we said, okay, this is going to be our parliament. We will have chief of police, chief of justice, or one judge, and somebody taking care of diplomacy, and then maybe assembly for 20 people as a parliament. And we would like our government to fit into this building for very long. This is how we are showing in practice how small the limited government of Liberland will be like. And our constitution is written in a way that it doesn't allow the state to do anything else apart of diplomacy, security, and justice. And we just went for the very hardcore anarchist solution. And there are many people who would like to go further, who would like to have anarcho-capitalist society, but I don't think it's feasible. I didn't hear a good plan yet how to do it. I'm happy that Mises Institute, people from Mises Institute, have some alternative constitution. I will be happy to read it, like anarcho-capitalist constitution, which is oxymoron. But still, I'm very happy to look into it. And we are now considering that with the sale of the land, we are not going to sell the land directly, we are going to sell the shares in the fund of the land. And this fund could be operated kind of as a big shareholding structure. And we could have another chamber where the owners of the land will basically make decisions. Which I think is also a smart way how to do it. Like, really, you can have shares, they will be kind of connected with your citizenship. You are directly attached to the piece of land. But this is one of the houses that we would like to buy in near future for the settlement. Is the closest house in Zelení Otok to Liberland. There is a large harbor connected to it, so we can put our ships. We have 2 ships there now that we use for the transport. This is this is incomplete list of our embassies worldwide. We have now Malta as well. Australia is ready. Some people in Peru, which is not there. Japan is already also. Malaysia and Philippines, I can see, so it's not complete. You can see the complete list on the website with all the contacts. And then we've got the support of political parties. I counted 9 of them, and one of them also comes from Turkey, the Liberal Party. It was kind of nice to meet them some 4 months ago, or how long is it? 5 months. 4. Yeah. So they endorsed us in the television, 2 television channels that they are here to actually support recognition of Liberland, which was kind of nice. There is 7 other parties worldwide that did the same. Switzerland, Norway, Spanish. Most of them are small libertarian parties, but we do have people that support us from Swiss Parliament. Lucas Reimann is the member of the People's Party, it's the biggest party in Switzerland. I met Hans Adam and I was a nice meeting. Of course, it was not a state recognition, but let's say that he likes what we are doing. He was kind of making a joke that Liberland will sit in UN next to Liechtenstein because it's very close in alphabet. But I told him, we are not interested in membership of the UN. I would really like Liberland to be a sovereign country, and we don't see much merit in being members of this, let's say, new framework for the global government. And Juan Pina, he's chairman of the Libertarian Party, I'm also a representative in Spain. And I just got an invitation by one of our important contacts here in Turkey to speak at one of the biggest conferences in Spain as a key speaker. There will be lots of people from Parliament actually listening, so I'm very much looking forward to improve our diplomatic position in Spain. Thanks to our connections that we have in Istanbul, which is kind of cool. And then we've got supporters from basically all reasonable fractions in European Parliament. Tomáš Zdechovský was the one that went to settle Liberland with me. You can read an article about it in New York Times magazine. It was a kind of nice story. Peter Mak, of course, is a friend of mine and the chairman of Libertarian Party that we built together for the last 5 years in Czech Republic. He said that he would like Czech Republic to be like Liberland. Mike, he's a little bit controversial figure, but also kind of nice person. And then Richard Sulík, who just very recently got 13% in the elections. and he's also a member of European Parliament, but I think he will be now Prime Minister or something like that in Slovakia. I hope he will also come for our annual conference on 16th of April. We've got some ideas how we will improve the administration. Now the biggest challenge is have a good company registry, something that would add value more than normally. I would like to have a really good mobile app for if you would like to register a new company in Liberland. It will be just like you register a new profile on Facebook, and if you would like to register, let's say, a taxi as a taxi driver in Istanbul, you would just click on taxi driver in Istanbul, and everybody else in the network could see you. Or if you say I'm law advisor or tax advisor, I'm exchanging bitcoins. Also, if you allow others to see your position, you will be able to make business with Liberlandian members or citizens right away. So I would like to have this shared economy concept being spread or supported directly by our state. And I think it could be one of the main sources of revenue for Liberland. Actually, the fact that we would be spreading the idea of voluntary exchange and very easy B2B connections, and that we would offer everybody to do a small tip at the end of the transactions they make due to our application. So, yes.
You were talking about voluntary taxation in other events. So, how will this going to work?
Well, if you register a company in Liberland with this mobile app, one of the things there will be like, are you willing to pay a regular voluntary tax, and you can set up how much you want to put there. That you are willing to make like 3%, 10% out of every transactions. And so this is something, or simply donation, right? And I would really like to have it connected to business done in the Liberlandia network. And we already have something like PayPal. This is when you send mass money with your credit card, they pop up straight away on your account. So the merit system already works like PayPal. We are working with leaders in the Bitcoin industry, either Ethereum, BitShares, BitNation. We are inviting them all also for our conference now in April. We would like to be at least a communication place for all these different platforms, and we need to choose some. I think it will be actually Counterparty, if you know the concept. It's also based on Bitcoin, but it's a nice way how to issue new currencies, issue new shares. We would like to have that integrated in our application, and you can also do transactions with Bitcoins very easily with that. So this is something we want to have there as well. And then basically Uberize anything. I think it's a viable concept that we can Uberize even things like Airbnb, like have everything under one application. But it's a big thing, right? It's challenging, but we have lots of developers and lots of enthusiastic people, and we would like to make it open source. So really the application is like out there. Nobody did Uber type of application as open source. You cannot even get a taxi management application now for free as an open source online, which is shame. I think there is still a good place for Liberland to do that, since there are so many programmers. I think some 800 programmers also applied for citizenship, and some of the companies told us they will do this as a sponsorship of Liberland. And this is our government. This was actually during promotion of new Liberlandian beer. So it's kind of nice picture. Jan Kulkrabek, he's our finance minister. He was running a hedge fund in Czech Republic before he helped us with Liberland. Monika Klubská, she is our foreign minister. She is the daughter of a diplomat in Czech Republic. She speaks 7 languages, which is kind of nice. So she helps me a lot, and then that's my first lady. We're expecting a baby now on 4th of July, which I haven't said publicly yet, but I think it's out already. Everybody can see it when they meet her. And then Andrzej Přímoňský is our Minister of Interior, so he's taking care of the fact that the passports will have good quality, that the conference is organized well, and that we are going to have some decent settlement also for the summer. And I think it's very important actually to build like a small village next to Liberland with mobile homes. And we already have a sponsor for mobile homes, which is kind of cool. We just need to organize it, and we have lots of TV stations who would like to make it as a reality show, like Settling of Liberland, Discovery Channel, History Channel. So we would like to work with them and also find sponsors through that. We're very bad in like making partnership and sponsorship deals because everything is happening so fast, and we kind of have some money for it. But I know there is a large potential for having good partnerships and sponsorships along the way, and this is something we should use. For example, Budweiser Budvar, the Czech national brewery, they offered us at the very beginning to be our national brewery, and they supported us with 800 bottles of beers when we first settled to Liberland. But we have never really were able to use that connection into our events later on because there was no time for it, so many things happening. We should have maybe slowed down a little bit and think about it. But I was really like trying to push things forward, so it's hard to judge now. Yeah, there is this plan, which I think still that is very well laid out. It was done by our representative in Netherlands, Milan Seman, who is actually a UN diplomat, and he thinks that this is a way forward, and I kind of share it. We probably need another year to consolidate the network of our supporters, grow the network of our diplomats wider, and then and also have a decent plan on how we're going to actually settle and control Liberland. I was just in Washington. I did some deals with the security agency, which one of the biggest ones. They are very happy about helping us. They might even do it as a sponsorship. So they would be ready to take care of our security during any festival, or maybe later when we take over the territory. And we would like to have an infrastructure development already. We would like to start getting the membership in different international organizations, but not too many. One of them is European Free Trade Agreement, which I think could be just enough for us to make free trade. And we would like to, by 2020, really get the country recognized. It's a lot of work, a lot of meetings, but I think it's achievable if we are able to really mobilize our community. And then I think it's a decent plan to have something like 30 to 50,000 citizens by 2025 and have a large budget surplus, and also have $1 billion of investment. We would probably build a city that we saw with $1 billion. And then, of course, the final goal is to have some country that could serve as a good example for other countries. They could use the constitution, they could possibly use the IT solution for transparent running of the government. They could get inspired with the voluntary tax system. That would all be nice. So we would like to have another countries that would actually be inspired by what we are doing and would already implement something like we are doing in the future. So it's not up yet, but conference.liberland.org should probably be running tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Just 1 month before the start of the conference. 16th of April. It will be only 10 kilometers away from Liberland, so you can make a bike ride to Liberland from hotel. There will be a boat ride from Serbia to Liberland as well, but we don't want to tease the police, Croatia police. We will not go to territory. We would like just to show the most important investors, politicians, journalists that helped us so far, the territory of Liberland, and also our future vision. And we would also like all our partners that helped us so far meet together and have a discussion on IT solutions, on government, on constitution, and kind of finalize many things since we are just celebrating 1 year. And you're very welcome to come. It's going to be a nice event. 3-day event. You can the flight tickets are subsidized by Croatia government, which I appreciate again. It's only $15 return ticket from London, or you can fly to Budapest also very cheaply from here, and it's only 200 kilometers from Budapest to Liberland. And the cost of the ticket, we decided to be only $50, so we should be able to cover our expenses with that much money. And we have only 150 places, and I think something like 46 are already taken. So there is another 100 places, and we haven't started promoting the event yet. And we didn't even get any sponsors for it yet, but I hope we will get some. So we can possibly subsidize the boat trip or pay some flight tickets for our speakers. And Jeffrey Decker, for example, said he's coming. Then we've got Susan, the founder of Vit Nation. Follow My Vote, Adam, our consul from Virginia, is coming. It's a great project where there is a very transparent way how people can vote. Then, for example, Ivan Bertovic, the chair of the Youth Liberals Party in Croatia, chairman, is coming. He's going to speak about parallels between Republic of Dubrovnik and Liberland, which I quite not like the parallel. I'm wondering, has anybody here heard about Republic of Dubrovnik? Anybody? And it was a republic. The whole republic lasted for 505 years, I guess. It ended on 1808. It was it was just like Venice, maybe even more powerful. It was a sovereign place where people did business, and it was a diplomatic powerhouse as well. And so there was already Liberland in Croatia, so, just 200 years ago. So the topics will be nice. I think for any libertarian or anybody who is interested in modern ways of to run government, it will be a great event. And I hope that Croatian media will take the best out of this conference and will sell it to Croatian public. We already have 4 or 5 journalists from Croatia confirmed for this show. So it's about it. And of course we are preparing a festival, summer festival, where we would like to have 5,000 people, much larger event, a lot of fun, water sports, music. It's organized by a guy from Turkey. Actually, he's the famous organizer of festivals, and he is now operating in Balkans, but he's a Turkish guy, and also by people that run Faculty Festival, and one guy who runs a festival, an adventure festival, sport festival in Prague. And I think we made a good team of the people that can make it happen. We probably need to fundraise something like $20,000 for it, so it shouldn't be a big problem. So that's about it from me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.